What's up guys, welcome back to Destiny Updates. Today we're doing another mail sack breakdown, and I have to say after all the crazy amount of news I've been dealing with lately, one of these feels like a treat to do. It's just nice and simple and familiar, so anyways, let's get right into it. Our first one comes from Crafting Geek, and he asks, what kind of names are the characters going to have in Destiny? And Deej replied, they'll have names like Crafting Geek, Arbiter 5, and Chorizo Tapatio. There will be no characters in this game more important than you. We've always believed that the player is the most important actor, and that in turn means the gamers in the Bungie community will be vital to Destiny. Now in case you didn't catch on, those are all people's usernames, and the point he's trying to make is that we're the most important person in Destiny, that the story is about us. But I have to say personally, as much as I want the story to be focused on us, and we being the most important character, I hope they're putting a lot of work into the narrative story as well, because I definitely like to get engaged into the game's story. But I'm sure they will. They've mentioned before that the game will have a strong narrative spine, so I'm not really worried about it. Now the next question comes from Chorizo Tapatio, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. And he says, I saw your careers page, and there is an opening for raid designer. And the very last requirement is as follows. Max level character with significant endgame player versus environment experience in a popular online game. Could you shed a little more light on this position? Now if you missed the video where I talked about this new listing, I would definitely recommend checking that out. I'll leave a link in the description. It was a couple videos back. Now Luke Smith, who seems to be working in this area, replied, if names like Ragnaros, Valastraz, Trakanan, and Vishan are more to you than just letters on a page, and you meet the job's description requirements, we want to hear from you. Now those are all prominent bosses in the MMOs World of Warcraft and EverQuest. And that just continues to show that they do have a strong interest in the gameplay of these MMOs, and most likely Destiny will feature gameplay that feels similar, at least in some respects. Anyways, on to the next question. This one was kind of interesting. It comes from Tigerman, and he asks, what kind of things can Guardians do in the last city other than mill around and socialize? And Deej replies, the tower is a friendly and familiar place to regroup, rearm, and repair before heading out on your next great adventure. As a Guardian, the tower is a refuge, a sanctuary, but it's also bursting with all the activities you would expect to find in the last safe city on Earth. But that one interested me because it makes it sound like we might possibly be able to do other things in the city, like more normal everyday type things. Now I mean honestly I don't really know, but it just seemed interesting how they reference more normal activities in the city. Now on to the next question. Oleg the Great asks, is Destiny the only game Bungie is working on? And the answer is, all roads lead to Destiny. Now I imagine this question must stem from the old Bungie Activision contract, which states that Bungie is allowed to devote up to 5% of its team to working on the next Marathon game. Now that is kind of a vague answer, but personally I can't really see them working on anything else besides Destiny. Just because Destiny is such a big endeavor, I think they would need everybody. Now on to the next question. Dark Delta asks, what do you think of the community's reaction with Destiny so far? Deej replies, you honor us with your enthusiasm, humble us with your dedication, astound us with your creativity, amaze us with your attention to detail, and frighten us with your ability to let your imaginations drive you. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Keep dreaming and we'll do our damnedest to measure up. So obviously there wasn't really any news there, but I just thought it was kind of nice and I should mention it. On to the next question. ZH515 asks, who uses Grognok? Deej replies, we're glad you asked. We've had some folks incorrectly assume that Grognok is in fact the name of our engine. It is not. Grognok is actually a world-building tool. Just one single component of the technological terror we've constructed to ensure Destiny will become a fully operational battle station. Now I thought it was pretty clear that Grognok was only a world-building tool, but I figured I should mention this question just in case anybody here was confused. Anyways, on to the next one. Zub the Zombie says, after about an hour or two of digging around, I gave up searching. At what time should I be camped out in front of my TV watching E3 for your slot? And Deej replies, you're already parked in the perfect place to capture every minute of the show. So obviously they're not ready to tell us the time and day of their show, but we can just keep checking Bungie.net and they'll let us know there. Now the way that's worded, I have to wonder if that means they'll somehow have the show broadcasting live right here on Bungie.net. I mean, chances are it doesn't. I'm sure they're just saying that they'll let us know when it's available, not necessarily that it'll be available here, but you never know. Now onto the final one. DMG04 asks, will you be at PAX this year? And Deej replies, we all know what you're really asking. Will Destiny be at PAX this year? I'm afraid I can't answer that question. What I can promise is that you'll undoubtedly be seeing Bungie faces at PAX this year. It's right in our backyard, and we love a good party attended by gamers. Now, it seems highly likely that they would have something for Destiny at PAX. I mean, I see no reason why not. But either way, for you lucky bastards that are up there in Seattle, if you're attending PAX, you'll be able to see some Bungie folks there. Anyways, that's it for all the questions I found interesting in this week's mail sack. As usual, if you want to read the full thing yourself, there's a link in the description below. And also, if you've missed any of my recent videos, there's been a crapload of news the last few days, so I would definitely recommend checking those out. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest Destiny news, and I'll see you in the next update.